character move and walk about the space. Now, while you're still walking, I want you to begin to kind of interact with those around you. I don't want any dialogue, but I want you to notice one another. I want you to observe the other people making eye contact, or maybe you're avoiding them. What does it look like when you avoid them? And what does it look like when you're maybe trying to get someone to notice you? How can you implement whatever prop you have to avoid someone? Yes. Maybe you use your item as a shield. Maybe you're using it to block someone. Maybe you're using it to just show that you don't really care. And now I want you to change, and I want you to use what you have to try to get someone's attention. How would you use what you have to try to get their attention and try to maybe get them to see you, notice you, that you're a dandy of a fellow, that you're a girl worth being looked at? How does that change with not only how you use your prop, but also maybe how you use your body and what kind of body language you're giving someone else? And now, while you continue to see others, I want you to establish that you are the dominant person in the room. You are the most important person here. You are the most glorious. You are the one people need to be looking at. And I want you to assert that not only with your physicality, but also with how you're using what you've got. Maybe it's a tip of your hat. Maybe it's taking it off. Maybe it's doing something fancy with it. Perhaps it's billowing up your walk and using something to show off what you're most proud of. How do you use that? And now, in a kind of an organic way, I want some people to continue to establish the dominance, and I want some people to be submissive to the person who's dominant. So let me begin to see some people being submissive and some people asserting their dominance and their authority. Good. And you can take turns. Maybe you were being submissive. Now it's your turn to play the dominant, the important one. And if you were playing a dominant, now show submission to the person who has authority in the room. I want you to now think about your character. Is your character one who's more dominant by nature, or are they more passive and more subservient? I kind of think of Miss Prism. She's way more passive. She's very submissive. Cecily probably is submissive depending on who she's with. With Miss Prism, I think she appears more dominant, but with others, she is a little bit more authoritative. And now, if someone does maybe shrug you off, I want you to really kind of respond and just take a moment. I want you now, and I don't want this to be anything that's rehearsed or contrived, but maybe find someone in the room, share a moment with them, react to one another, and then move on to someone else. It should be clear in the interaction who's dominant, who's submissive, just in that short interaction that you have.